Welcome to Real Food, and today I'm going to cook a very nice, delicious vegetable soup. It's now November here in London, and it's getting colder both during the day and at night, so I felt like preparing something warm, filling, tasty, but not too heavy. And I think one of the best options is a soup, and anyone can make one from things that you've got in your fridge, or maybe you bought it especially to prepare your soup. But today I'm going to use onions, carrots, these fresh onions as well, and some butter and coconut oil, and maybe Japanese curry spice, or maybe red Thai spice to paste to spice it up a little bit. And I'm also going to show you how to do it very, very quickly without boiling your vegetables for too long. And the trick here is to pre-cook your vegetables in butter or olive oil. I'm going to use both butter and olive oil today because I discovered recently, and there's another interesting tip for you. If you just use butter, and you're frying or simmering something on butter, there's a high chance that you will get brown or black residue, because butter does burn, and it has proteins, and the temperature at which butter burns is different to, for example, olive oil. But if you mix butter and olive oil together, then you actually achieve a more harmonized temperature. Your butters don't burn very easily, and your frying and cooking overall becomes healthier. Well, that's what I've discovered recently, and I'm going to try it. I've seen how it works, and it really does work, so I'm going to do this trick today with my vegetables, because I want to pre-cook them. So I'm going to have a slice of butter, which I'm going to put in my pan. And another trick, you can actually, instead of using your frying pan, take a big pan, your soup pan, or like this, a bigger pan, and start frying your vegetables in this same pan that you will later add water or stock to make your soup. So, and I'm going to add some olive oil as well. So here we've got this combination of butter and olive oil. I'm going to start, I've just put it on heat. I'm going to start melting my butter with oil, but in the meantime I'm going to start preparing my vegetables. And I'm going to use, as I told you, well, another thing I'm going to use some garlic actually. I've not used garlic for a while, but I feel like doing something with garlic today. So let's have a few segments of garlic. So I'm going to, and then I'm going to start cutting my vegetables. Okay, so I can hear my butter already getting ready. So that's it. I think these 3 segments of garlic will be enough. So I'm going to cut them. In small sections, or smaller sections. So I'm just going to finish off cleaning them up from skins. And they've still got a few skins left. Right, okay, so these are my garlics. So I'm now preparing my onions, and I really, you know what, I really like red onions because they're not as the flavor isn't very strong. They're sweeter. They're quite gentle. So overall, they will work really well, and you can have more of them because they're not terribly. Okay, I'm just putting my onions in the frying pan. Okay, so here we are, some more onions. Okay. And some more. You know, the interesting trick, you know, if you didn't manage to peel all of the skins, just start cutting them, and then it will be much easier to take these skins off. Look. So you've cut it into smaller pieces, and now it's much easier to remove this segment. Yeah, easier said than done. Well, that's it now. It's actually coming off. So, and another one here. That's it. There you go. So, still working on my onions. Okay. And you know what? Another thing I find, red onions, they're not as strong when it comes to strong onion flavor. So you can actually have more of them, and it's not gonna feel like you've got too much. Whereas other like white or yellow onions, they're much more powerful. So here we are. So getting okay, that's done. Okay. So I'm now going to start preparing my carrots. And you know what? I'm going to peel the skins off because the skins may contain various impurities, and it saves time. You don't need to wash them again if you do this peeling. Here we are, another one. So, okay. And then I'm going to cut them into small strips. So like this. So this is going on the side. I'm going to change this. Okay. Okay, so having them cut into smaller strips will reduce the amount of time it takes to cook them. So they will cook much quicker. Okay. That goes in the frying pan. Okay, here's my frying pan. I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I'm gently frying everything on low heat. Okay, so I think my carrots are ready now. So they're going into my frying pan, and I think the last segment will be my fresh onions, green onions. Okay, so I'm going to put that into my Okay, so here we are. So this is now going to stay on heat for a while. And it will form the base of my vegetable soup. Then after simmering and cooking these vegetables for a while, I'm going to add water and maybe chicken stock or vegetable stock, and this will be it. And I also wanted to add some maybe red curry paste and maybe coconut, in which case the soup will become creamy. So it's not going to be just simple vegetable soup, it's going to be like really nice creamy soup. So I think as I cook these vegetables, they will flatten a little, because some moisture will evaporate out of them. So it seems like there's a lot of volume, so my pan is almost filled. But I think they will actually flatten down a little. So I think I can now cover them to cook for a while on low heat, and then I will come back a little later to check on them to see how my vegetables are doing, and then I will start adding water and other ingredients. And there's something else I wanted to share with you. To make this soup more interesting and more zesty, I've actually peeled a little bit of skin from one of the lemons, and I'm going to add these tiny strips of lemon skin into my mix. And you know what? It will make it it will lift it up a little, because you know what? Garlic and onions, they make it the whole mixture a little heavy. But this lemon zest, it will lift it up. It will lighten it up, and it will spice it up. You know, it will make it more interesting, more exotic. And I'm also going to squeeze some lemon juice into my final soup. So I'm actually thinking to add perhaps even more zest. To be honest, I think this is going to be enough. But I feel like a nice lemony mixture, and lemon zest contains a lot of essential oils, and these are very, very good at repelling various infections. So flu season is upon us, so having these lovely oils in my soup will make it also medicinal as well as delicious and more exotic. So you can either use a grater or grinder, but in my case I find it easier because I also want to taste larger pieces of my lemon skin in my soup. So that goes into my mixture now. So you can see how even visually this bright yellow adds a little bit of color, light, and additional interest into my mixture. And as I expected, you see, it did flatten a little, so I expect it will flatten even more. And I'm not going to cook it till very brown colors or anything like that. So maybe a little more, and then I'll start adding my my liquids. Okay, so I've now added water into my mixture, and I'm going to use vegetable stock to make it. So this vegetable stock is really salty, so I'm not going to need any additional salt. But another thing I am thinking is curry paste, Thai curry paste, and I'm going to use red curry paste, but I'm not going to use too much because I don't want it to be too spicy. Just a small teaspoon. But what it will do, it will add that additional exotic flavor, so it will make the whole thing a bit more interesting. And because I'm not using a lot of this curry paste, it's not going to be overpowering, it's not going to be too hot, but it will be just that additional little bit more interesting kind of touch. And because I started adding all these Asian spices and more exotic spices, I'm thinking to also add small amount of ginger. So I'm going to add, and you know what, I'm going to use ginger that's already been prepared. So it's not ginger that not fresh ginger, it's the ginger that they use in Chinese and Japanese restaurants. But I think that should be enough. So this additional small amount of ginger will add a bit more exotic flavor to my vegetable soup. Let me try this. Oh my, it's already delicious. It's got a really really interesting flavor, just as I wanted. You know, I can taste vegetables there. I can taste my sort of just a reminder of Thai red curry paste. I can taste all these complex flavors, and to be honest, if I keep it, I'm not going to boil it. I'm just going to keep it on low heat for all the flavors from onions, from other vegetables, to mix together, to be infused, and I think it's going to be a really fantastic autumn or winter vegetable soup. It's delicious. So the final touch I wanted to do here was to, because it does taste fairly sweet, I wanted to balance that sweetness, well, that zesty lemon that I've removed zest from. I'm also now going to squeeze. I like also doing it with limes, so I often add lime juice. It makes it also very, very interesting. But on this occasion, I don't want to waste my lemon. It's been undressed. It's been deprived of its skin, so I don't want to waste it. So this lemon juice will add and balance sweetness from all these vegetables like carrots and onions, and it will make it more interesting. Well, at least I think so. Let me taste it before I add another half. Yes. So I think adding second half will make it too sour. And to be honest, for such a small pot, you probably don't need like the half juice from the entire half of lemon. You can get away with less. And you know what? It also changed the taste and flavor quite significantly. So if you don't like that sour taste in your soup, I suggest you only use a tiny bit. Don't use too much. But I actually like the fact that it's got that sweetness and sourness at the same time. So for me, it makes it really nice and balanced. And also, another final touch that you may or may not want to do is to add cream or coconut milk or cream, and it will turn this soup into a much creamier, heavier version. Again, I was actually planning to do it this time, but now, because I've got so many other ingredients and very complex flavors, I don't think I'll be adding more. I think it's already got a lot of flavors, and my lemon juice, you know what, it's so nice, I just keep wanting to. You know, it's amazing, it's really amazing, I really like it. I look really forward to eating this soup. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So it's actually pretty much ready as it is. So I can actually switch off my heat and it will just stay warm, because it's already got a lot of heat, and this pan also retains a lot of heat at the bottom. But this is pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this watching this video, and perhaps it will give you a few ideas, inspirations. Do comment below if you have your own ideas of what you normally add to your soups. The only other things missing potentially maybe would be, I don't know, cloves and black peppercorns, you know, I could add. But I think in my case it's already fairly complex, so I'm not going to add any more. But do share your own ideas and your own recipes. And thank you for watching, and we'll chat again soon in another video.